What's going on, YouTube? Figured I'd give y'all a quick update on what I've been doing. I've just been working on trying to get this motor out. Got the Harbor Freight engine hoist right here. I got my seat belts for my engine hoist stand, or whatever. But you can see I got everything pretty much freed up under here. You can see the trans back there. I've been trying to wrestle it out, but it's just been a total bear. Had to do a lot of cutting on shit to get it out, at least to where it is now. But you can see that big steering box right there. That's going to be a problem when I go to do the headers for the Chevy motor. But you can see the subframe hanging out in there. But yeah, I've just been wrestling with this guy. You can see right here there was a exhaust pipe coming out, and I had to cut that guy because you can see this exhaust flange is right next to the steering shaft, and it's barely missing it, and this guy wasn't even gonna have it. As soon as I cut this out, the motor freed up. So you probably, if you're trying to pull this motor, you're probably gonna end up cutting this out and removing the manifolds altogether. It would be my advice. But I know how these manifold bolts get. They're all shit all the time. So that's kind of where we're at. You can see the steering box right there, engine mount right there. This guy, right here. Look at that. That thing is gone, man. That thing is gone. And then the steering box, it's a monster. Be interesting getting it around the headers. But yeah, you can see how that exhaust manifold was hitting that steering shaft. But I got everything else freed up back here. All my lines are, the only things you're really gonna have to deal with is your fuel injection line. I mean your fuel line and return, your heater core lines, and then power steering lines, your starter battery, your starter cable, your power cable for the starter rather. And I'm sure there's other stuff I missed, AC lines. But I may have to get a load leveler because you can see I got it lifted up at the front of the motor to try and tilt the motor and trans back so I can get it past the subframe. So you can see the steering link is right there, the subframe's right there, but it just ain't wanting to move out for whatever reason. So I'm about to wrestle with that sumbitch. I'll give y'all a look-see under here. See the subframe right there and the steering link. I got a new one of them, by the way. I want to replace that when I get that motor out. But you can see it's about ready to come out. So I'm just going to keep chugging away on it. Other thing I've been up to is messing around with this motor. I got my flywheel bolts in the mail, so that was good. And I went to go hoist the motor up to get it off the stand so I could start messing around on the back end. But the damn bolts didn't fit, so I'm sending them back today. I got to return those, and I ordered a different set. The first set said small block Chevy. This set says LS, so I probably ordered the wrong set. But they're gonna go down in here. I believe they're M11 by 1.5. I don't know the length, but I got to get the right bolts so I can work on that, and then I can get my clutch, pressure plate, and flywheel mounted up. So that'd be good news. So kind of just waiting on the mailman on that one. In here, I kind of took apart the pedal box. I got my flashlight. Where is it? There it is. All right. Y'all can kind of check it out in here. So there we go. You guys can see kind of what's going on. I know it's a clusterfuck in here, but that's your power brake booster. That's going to connect to your brake pedal, obviously. And this was the Bowden cable for your throttle. So this guy just moves up and down when you move the throttle. You can kind of angle this. There we go, that's better. But you can see the Bowden cable. That just connects to your throttle and just pulls back and forth. And then that's just the plunger for your power brake booster. And then your master cylinder's on the back side. But hopefully you can see the 4 bolts I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of your parking brake bracket. You can see the cable right here. That's another Bowden cable right there to release the parking brake. This parking brake's just kind of like a ratchet and pawl. So like when you push it down, it just catches, and then when you pull that Bowden cable, it'll release. But you can see I kind of got it set up temporary, just so I can have the parking brake on while I'm trying to pull the motor out. Other thing is, what I didn't know is that this pedal box has a, it already has a shaft for a clutch pedal. So it's hard to see, but just like this pedal is sitting on a shaft here, on the opposite side, they have a shaft for a clutch pedal. And your clutch master is going to sit right here like that, and then the clutch pedal will push this in and out. That'll give you clutch pressure to your hydraulic slave. And then there's actually already 2 screws right here. So all I did was Google e38 clutch master and clutch pedal. The pedal was $50 on Amazon. The master is $72. I bought I didn't buy OEM BMW. I bought like a aftermarket brand, but we'll see. Hopefully it works out. So instead of trying to use the other clutch pedal from the e46 and like trying to make it work, because these bolt holes did not line up on the back side of that power brake booster. So I didn't want to start cutting shit. I just left it. I'm going to return that master cylinder that I already bought. And I couldn't use this clutch pedal either, unfortunately. So I just went ahead and picked up a new one. But these cars did come from the factory in Europe with manuals. I guess just the manual didn't make it over to the States for whatever reason. And I know they do that from time to time. But there's a lot of guys that'll do manual conversions on these cars. I don't know much about that because I haven't looked into it. But one of the guys I buy parts from actually had a manual swap sitting around, but I knew I was going LS, so I didn't even bother with it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at for right now. So I'm just waiting on my clutch master, waiting on my clutch pedal, and then I'll get that put back together. And then I got to figure out the reservoir. I got a new Bowden cable coming in the mail for the throttle. That's just this guy, and it gets to the firewall on this little backside bracket. So I'll just snake a new one through there. What else? Oh, I did paint my AC compressor bracket. I just cleaned it up, slapped some paint on it. And this is my trans cross member for the BMW 5 HP24 trans, I believe. And I painted it anyway. Don't know if I'm going to be able to use it yet, but I figured if I had the paint out, just go ahead and hit it. If nothing else, I got a painted one, and hopefully someone needs it out there. They are aluminum, so they don't really rust, but they'll just corrode. But yeah, I got that done. Otherwise, I'm just waiting on parts, and I'm trying to get this motor out. So that's about all the update I got for you guys right now. Hope everyone's doing good, having a good Friday, had a good week anyway. You know, have a beer, you deserve it, man. I know I'm definitely gonna be cracking one later after wrestling with this motherfucker. But yeah, guys, trying to think if I got anything else for you guys. I don't think so, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. All right, guys. Well, I'll try and get some work done this weekend. I think I'll have some time for myself. I got to put tires on my Ford. I got some on sale over at Costco. So other than that, on Saturday, I'm hoping to get all my time onto this, and those flywheel bolts should be coming in tomorrow. So hopefully get that mounted up, and then I'll get my bell housing in the mail whenever that happens. And then I get my trans and engine mounted up, and then hopefully I'll drop it in here and get rolling. But I'm going to try and clean up this engine bay once I get this motor out as much as I can. So that's kind of where we at, guys. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend, man. Be safe out there.